Hello, students. Dear students, I have explained the chapter on the face of it to you through my videos, but we are still into the midst of the chapter. As I have told you that there are two characters who are there into the play. One is Mr. Lim. As you can see that in the picture a man is sitting, and the man who's sitting has one leg which is artificial, made up of tin. And on the other hand, you are able to see that a boy is standing who's young in age, and his half of the face has some mark, and those marks are of the acid burn mark. Dere, the young boy, is around 13 years old, and whereas on the other hand, Mr. Lim, who's lame, he is a mature man. They both met in the garden of Mr. Lim. Mr. Lim has maintained a beautiful garden with a cottage inside, and Dere has entered to his garden thinking that he will going to spend rest of his life in that garden. He assumes that the garden is empty, and he was quite surprised to see that he found Mr. Lem in the garden. Now, Mr. Lem could understand the pain and suffering of this boy, can understand that how the boy is dissatisfied by the society, and that is why he's trying to bring a change into him by quoting different examples. He talked about the weeds by making him to realize that weeds are not useless, it is just the view we have towards them. Then he also stated the second example, and he said that, Derek, come, I'll take you to a tree. And he took him to a tree. It was a huge tree with honeybees around it. And he said that, what are you able to hear? The boy quickly responded and said, that's nothing. It is just a very irritating sound these bees are creating. But then immediately Mr. Lem replied and said, no, it may be an irritating sound for you, but it is a music for me. Just find and hear them carefully, and you will realize that they are humming in a musical rhythm. But Derek was not satisfied with it. Derek was again talking about that how one day he was standing onto a bus stop, and suddenly a group of women who were standing nearby looked at him and immediately reacted by saying that, oh, what an ugly face, such face which can only be seen by a mother. And maybe it is even difficult for a mother to look at such face. Though Mr. Lem is trying to make him clear that we should not believe on everything we hear. We should try to put our own analysis. But then Derek was not ready to understand. Derek again put up a question, says that I know that even my mother is not satisfied with the kind of face I have. I know that she loves me because she's bound into a relation with me. And I have noticed that she touches me and loves me onto the other side of my face, not on the burnt side. Though Mr. Lem was telling him that no, it is not so. And he told him about the story of the Beauty and Beast. I think everybody must have heard that story. You would have also heard that story. You would have also read that story during your childhood. Do you know the story of the Beauty and Beast? That how a princess was how a princess was captured by a beast into a palace. But then, due to the good behavior of the beast, due to the love and affection shown by the beast, that girl started slowly and slowly loving him, and one day she got married with that beast. And the moment she kissed the beast turned into a prince. So, you know what? Lamb wanted to say to Derek that beauty lies inside our eyes. Love and affection are not bound for the beauty for the face. But Derek was not ready to understand it. And Derek said that I know that no girl would ever come into my life. Nobody would ever love me. I would always remain lonely. Though Mr. Lem was giving him all such possible examples to make him realize that life is not the same as you observe, there are certain things which are there into our destiny and we must accept them. And to make this thing more clear to him, there is an example which he quoted and said that I can narrate you something. He said, I'm going to narrate you one story, and this story is related to a man who was very afraid to know that he will die. Somebody told him that you will die soon as you're going to meet an accident. So the man decided that, oh, I will not let the situation come. I will not go out of my house, and I never will be able to meet an accident. He was there inside his home. He packed himself inside his room, in fact. And you know what happened? One day, he was sleeping on his bed. Suddenly, a huge painting, which was hung on the wall of his bedside, suddenly fell on him, and he died with that. After hearing this story, Derek laughed loudly. Derek was happy to know. But you know what Mr. Lem wanted to convey him? That whatever is into our destiny, we must follow that, accept that, and we should try to live with that. Then, for a while, Derek thought, and he again came up with a question to Mr. Lem and said that, Mr. Lem, I saw your house and I found it little strange. Why he found it strange? Because you see that the house has no windows, no curtains. It was wide open windows. So he was asking why so. The Mr. Lem replied that I am not fond of curtains, shutting things out, shutting things in. I like the light and the darkness, and the windows open to hear the wind. That means he wanted to say that I like everything into their natural form. I like the both sides of coin. I like darkness also, I like light also. So Dere said that yes, I like that. When it's raining, I like to hear it on the roof. And the Mr. Lem also convinced him to say that so you are not lost, are you? Not altogether. You do hear things, you listen. He just wanted to make him realize that you should not believe on others. You should have your own perception also. You should have your own thought also. And he said that, boy, you got 2 arms, 2 legs, eyes, ears. You got a tongue and a brain. You will get on the way you want, like all the rest. And if you choose and set your mind to it, you could get on better than all the rest. Though Derek was hearing all that, he said, "How?" He said, "In the same way as I do." And suddenly Derek asked him about his friends. He put up another question and he asked, "That do you have friends?" Mr. Lem replied, "I have hundreds of them." Derek again asked a question and he said, "That but you live in by yourself in that house? It's a big house. It's a huge house and you live alone and you're saying that you've got many of the friends." Mr. Lem again made it clear to him and said, "Friends are everywhere. People come in, people go. Everybody knows me. The gate of my garden are always open. They come sit here in front of the fire in winters. Kids comes to take the apples, pears, toffee, jam which I make for them anytime." But then Dere thought that it's good. He has so many people around him. But he thought that he was all alone as he has no friends. And Mr. Lem then said to him that certainly you are a good person. You have friends too. So far as I am concerned, what have you done to make me think you are not? You are talking to me, you are around me, you are there with me. So how do you say that you don't have friends? I am also one of your friend. And this how he was trying to convince him. Now children, I have narrated you most of the examples which are trying to make him realize that he is one of his friend. Now in my tomorrow's video, I will going to put up the end of the chapter where you would realize that whether Mr. Lem was able to bring a change into Derek or not. Thank you children.